So yeah, most people are saying B for this question. Let's check the answer. Yep, B is the correct answer. A prokaryotic cell. So the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Let's write that down. Anyone know what's the main difference between a prokaryote and a eukaryote? Eukaryotes have a nucleus. Let me know if the video is laggy. Is it okay? Is the sound okay? Is the video not lagging that much? Let me know. So they do not have a nucleus. Prokaryotes, they're simpler. Prokaryotes are simpler. Eukaryotes are more complex. Yeah, but most of the questions you'll get in the GCSEs are based on this. Have a nucleus, do not have a nucleus. That's the main thing that to do. Where are they found? What do you mean? Prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are bacteria. Bacteria are literally prokaryotes. They're organisms known as prokaryotes. Eukaryotes are animals and plants. We have eukaryotic cells, and bacteria have prokaryotic cells. Okay, so yeah, well done. Let's carry on with the next question. So we'll do one more like this, and then we'll look at an exam question. Animal cells lack which of the following structures? Pick your answer. So comment on your answer, then tap the screen a few times. So let me know. So this is the difference between animals and plant cells. Plant cells have 3 extra structures compared to animal cells. So that's what I'm trying. It's basically asking you. Cell wall. Yep, it's a cell wall. So let's look at the differences here. So we've got an animal cell. We've got a plant cell. So the structures that they both have are cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria, and ribosomes. Animal cells don't have these 3 things: cell wall, permanent vacuole, and chloroplasts. So that question asked for which ones animal cells lack out of the 4. So yes, they do have mitochondria, they do have cytoplasm, they do have nucleus, but they don't have cell wall. So the answer is cell wall. Well done, guys. Next question. So this is an exam question. I think this came up 2 to 3 years ago. So hopefully it's a more straightforward one. So top one, which part of the cell contains genetic information? So let's look back at our notes here. Genetic information, that's going to be the nucleus. Genetic information in animal cells. Yep, so that's the first answer. 1 mark there. So what we'll do, we'll write these, I'll give a few, in every live I'll do a few exam questions, and then I'll show you the mark scheme as well at the end, so we can compare and we can see exactly what the examiners will look for. So the nucleus for the first one. Second one, mitochondria. What does the mitochondria do? What's the function of a mitochondria? Site of respiration, aerobic respiration, even more accurate. Yes, it is. So back at our notes, mitochondria over here, mitochondria is where energy is released by aerobic respiration. So I think that's good enough to get you a mark. So we can say where aerobic respiration occurs. Next up, what controls the movement of substances into and out of the cell? It is the cell membrane. It's not the guard cell. Guard cells are what controls the stomata. That's another topic. The stomata controls the opening and closing of the stomata. This is the cell membrane. Well done. So if we just check our notes here, cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cells. So yeah, well done, guys. So that's probably 3 marks there. We got that. Next, what is the function of chloroplasts? I should do this every day. I wish I could. I don't have the time. I'll try and do it every week. So, yep. To absorb sunlight is not, or to absorb light, that's not enough for the marks. Photosynthesis is what is going to get you the marks. The whole point of chloroplasts, if you look at our notes, here we got it on remember, this is only for plant cells. Chloroplast is where photosynthesis occurs. Let me zoom in a bit. Where photosynthesis occurs, and it's made up of chlorophyll, a green pigment that absorbs sunlight. So you can just get away by saying photosynthesis for this one. So that's good. Yep. 1 mark, so there's not much more to say for that one. Name one type of cell in a potato plant that does not contain chloroplasts. That does not contain chloroplasts. So most plant cells do contain chloroplasts, but one doesn't. What do you guys think that could be? There's only 3 specialized plant cells that you learn in GCSEs. So these are the animal ones: sperm cells, nerve cells, muscle cells, root hair cell, xylem cells, phloem cells. Main one here is the root hair cell. It's the answer for this one. Why? Because root hair cells are found in the roots. Think about where the roots are. The roots are underground. When they're underground, that means they can't receive sunlight, right? There's no point in them getting light. That means they don't need chloroplasts. So these ones do not have chloroplasts. And the reason for that is because they are found underground. They are found underground, so no sunlight. Okay, well done guys. So we can say for this one, root hair cells. Now let's compare that to what the mark scheme says. So let's get the mark scheme up. So here for the top question, nucleus, we said that where respiration happens, you can get away with saying releases energy. That should be fine. Do not say where anaerobic respiration happens. Anaerobic respiration happens in the cytoplasm. It doesn't happen in the mitochondria. Next one, cell membrane, that was fine. We said photosynthesis for this, that was fine. Actually, someone said absorb sunlight. You do get a mark for saying absorb sunlight. So yeah, you would have got a mark. It's in the except, in the allow column. And then root hair cell is fine. Also xylem, phloem is fine as well. So any three of those would be fine. What does ATP mean? ATP is just a form of energy that's released from respiration. Well done guys. Right, let's go back to some multiple choice questions. Let's try this one. Which of these cells is responsible for transporting sugars in the plants? What do you guys think? Comment your answer and tap on the screen a few times. Transporting sugar in plants. So it's one of those 3 plant cells that we looked at. Remember the 3 plant cells that we looked at? We had root hair cells, we had xylem cells, and we had phloem cells. So it must be one of those. Must be either this, this, or this. Not a muscle cell, so definitely not B. Most people are saying D. Let's check. Yep, phloem cells. That is correct. So phloem cells are used to transport sugars. What about xylem cells then? What are they used to transport? Yep, mineral ions. Xylem cells transport mineral ions and water. Root hair cells? What do root hair cells do? What's the function of a root hair cell? It's found in the root, so think about what the root does. Roots absorb water and minerals. Yes. So absorb water and minerals from soil. Okay, back to the questions. Next up, what is the function of the mitochondria? We've said this already, so I'm hoping everyone knows this. Remember what we said? We said mitochondria was all to do with aerobic respiration. Yes, everyone's getting it right. A is the correct answer. Releases energy for the cell by aerobic respiration. Which of the following cells have a tail for movement? A tail. Nerve cell, sperm cell, muscle cells, xylem cells. Definitely not xylem cells. Xylem cells are for plants, right? So yeah, hopefully everyone knows. Sperm cells, they have a tail here, and the tail is to help them transport the DNA from the male to the female. This is a nerve cell, that's not a tail. This isn't a tail. So yeah, it'll be sperm cell, also known as a flagellum sperm cell. Next up, which cells are responsible for the rapid transmission of electrical impulses? Where can you find these questions and notes? What I'm going to do after this live is I'm going to upload this on YouTube. So if you guys want, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload this whole live, and I'm going to upload this, all these questions, answers, as well as the notes that I'm taking today. So it's Flash Revision Lab. You can find it on my bio as well. So you can subscribe to that, and then any lives that I do, I'll be uploading these documents. Chemistry, yeah, I'm doing chemistry tomorrow. I'm going to go through moles tomorrow in chemistry at 5 p.m. if you guys want to join. If you do join, make sure you bring your calculators and periodic table. We're going to be using them quite a lot of calculations tomorrow, and it'll be a longer live. So which one's the answer? Let me know. B, nerve cells. Yes, that is the purpose of nerve cells, is to do that. Nerve cells, they transmit electrical impulses around the body. All right, next question. Okay, so now we've got an exam question. Again, this was, I think, 2 years ago, this question. A fungal cell divides once every 90 minutes. How many times would this fungal cell divide in 24 hours? This is paper 1. You can say electrical signals. Yep, that's correct for the previous one. So how can we go about doing this question? What do you guys think? What you're going to have to do first is convert the minutes into hours. So we've got 90 minutes. So minutes into hours. How do you convert minutes into hours? You divide by 60, right? If you want to go hours to minutes, you're times by 60. So your first step, you need to get them both in the same units. You need to get the minutes or the 24 hours in the same unit. So either get the 24 hours into minutes or get the 90 minutes into hours. Probably easier to convert the 90 minutes. So let's do that. So we do 90 divided by 60. If you do that, that gives you 1.5. So that's 1.5 hours. And how many times will it divide in 24 hours? So if one division is 1.5 hours, then in 24 hours, you just do 24 divided by 1.5. Putting that in your calculator, you get an answer of, what did you guys get? I think someone said, let me just check the chat. Got 16. Someone said 16. 16. That is the correct answer. So let's look at the mark scheme here. Yep, that's exactly what we did. So we get 2 marks here, 1 for the working out, 1 for the answer. We did this and this. That's fine. Let's move on to the next question. Which cells transport water and minerals in plants? This should be easy. I've said it about 5 minutes ago. So not nerve cells. We just said that was electrical signals. Pick your answer. Tap on the screen a few times. We got a few C's. We got a few D's. So it is one of these. People always get confused between the two. It's not root hair cells. That just absorbs water and minerals. Most people are saying D's. Yep, that is correct. Xylem cells. That's the purpose of xylem cells. I think we've got it here. Transport mineral ions and water. Okay, next up. Muscle cells are specialized to, again, not transmit impulses. Which one of the other ones is it for this one? C, contract. Yep, that's what muscles do. They contract. They don't transport oxygen. Nope, they don't. They don't carry sugars either. It's to contract. That's the whole purpose of them. They allow movement by contracting. Well done. Which cell type has permanent central vacuole? Permanent central vacuole out of these ones. So let me know. Comment the answer and then tap a few times on the screen. Most people are going for C, permanent central vacuole. So back in our notes, plant cells have permanent vacuoles. Animal cells do not. They're one of the 3 things that they do not have. Bacteria cells here do not have permanent vacuoles either. So yep, answer is C. The genetic material in a prokaryote is found in the... All right, don't get tricked by this question. What do you guys think? Comment your answer and let me know. We're getting slight mix of questions. Comment your answer. Tap on the screen. Someone said G. So most of the answers I'm getting here are B and C. Can anyone tell me the explanation for their answers? One of them is right. It's either B or C. And I know why people are saying both. Yes, thank you. This is asking in a prokaryote. Remember, in a prokaryote, they do not have a nucleus. So the DNA can't be in the nucleus. Can't be the nucleus. What they have is they have just their DNA floating around in the cytoplasm. Floats around in the cytoplasm. So if you look down here, you can see no nucleus. It's just loop of DNA here. And then they have loads of plasmids, which are the smaller loops of DNA. So the answer for that one is cytoplasm. Don't get tricked by that. All right, we've got a 6 marker now. Compare the structure and function of xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Big question. Love 6 markers. Not many people love six markers. All right, let's try and think how to structure this 6 marker. It's important to structure it properly just to make sure that you get all the marks. Say structure and function. So let's split up into structure, talk about the differences and similarity in structure, and then talk about the similarities and differences in their functions. So what points can we make? Yeah, use bullet points. Xylem made up of dead cells, phloem is not. Good. That's one thing about the structure. Xylem is made up of dead cells, but phloem is not. Another one, what else have we got? Phloem is used for translocation, yes, and xylem is for transpiration, so that's the functions. Yep, so xylem is used for transpiration, but phloem for translocation. Xylem travels in one direction, phloem is in both directions. That's a good thing as well. That's about the function. Xylem, so the water, so about the things that they carry. Xylem transports water, phloem carries sugars, which we mentioned. In xylem, water travels one direction, but phloem both directions. Okay, and in terms of their structures, I think someone also said, did we say it? Yeah, a xylem contains lignin. Xylem contains lignin, but phloem doesn't. What about similarities? Similarities in their structure and function, just to make sure we get all the marks, because it says compare, so it's maybe not just the differences, the similarities as well. What else can we say? They're both tissues made out of cells, yes. So that's the structure, both made up of cells. And functions, what's the similarities in their functions? They both transport substances, something like that. And I think we've covered everything to get 6 marks. So let's see what the mark scheme says. Xylem's made up of dead cells, living cells, yes. Another thing we could have mentioned, phloem have pores in their end walls, but xylems, they don't have end walls, they're hollow. Phloem contains cytoplasm, xylem does not contain cytoplasm, yeah, because it's a dead cell, it doesn't have anything in it. Xylem contains lignin, we've said that, phloem does not. They're both made up of cells, yes. Xylem transports water, phloem transports sugars, so you don't have to say glucose, you can just say sugars, that's fine to get your mark. Xylem's in transpiration, translocation. Xylem transports unidirectionally, yep, that's one direction, 2 directions. They both transport substances. Perfect, we've covered most of them, so we get the 6 marks. Well done, guys. How long is this live? Not sure. I'm just going through these questions. We'll see. Maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. Okay, next one. Which structure is present in plant cells but absent in animal cells? Let's get some quick answers here. This is a straightforward one. So comment your answers, tap on the screen. Let's get, yeah, B. Good, B. So remember the 3 things are cell wall, kill chloroplasts. Right, next up, what is the main function of nerve cells? We've said this already. Transmit electrical signals. Next one, root hair cells are specialized for, again, mentioned this as well, let me know. Comment your answer. Yes, most of you are saying C. Good, absorbs water and minerals. Other ones, yeah, this is for nerve cell, muscle cell, and this one is for transporting, so that's a phloem. Which structure is responsible for supporting and strengthening plant cells? Plant cells. So immediately is just for plant cells. So it's probably chloroplasts or cell wall, because animal cells have this, cytoplasm has this. D is the answer. Tomorrow's live is not going to be as easy as this. We're going to do mole calculations tomorrow, guys. 5 p.m. calculating RFM, percentage mass questions and calculating masses from moles as well. So yeah, join if you need help. Just remember to bring a calculator and a periodic table. That will help a lot. Which of the following cells is a unicellular organism? What do you guys think? What does unicellular mean? What is this unicellular organism? I do physics, chemistry and biology, all 3 sciences. Unicellular means It's an organism made of one cell. So that means that single cell is the full organism. We're not unicellular, we're multicellular, because animals and plants, we're made up of loads of animal cells, loads of plant cells. But bacteria cells, one bacteria cell is one bacteria, it's one organism. Therefore, the answer is B. All right, next exam question. Easy exam question, hopefully. 2 marks. Nucleus goes to... Start off with nucleus. Which one would that go to? Prokaryotic, plant cells only, or eukaryotic cell? We got eukaryotic cell, so we'll draw a line like that. Next one, permanent vacuole. Which one of these have a permanent vacuole? We have mentioned this already today. That would be a plant cell. Yes, well done. And finally, plasmids, prokaryotic cells. I said that earlier. Bacteria cells have plasmids. Those are the little rings that they have. Let me show you these little rings here. They're just loops of DNA that they have. Won't you be happy if this came up in your exams? Yep, looking at the mark scheme, that's exactly what we've done. So that's fine, 2 marks. And you would have got 1 mark for 2 correct links. Which subcellular structure is not found in prokaryotic cells? Prokaryotic is the main difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. This would be D. Yep, nucleus is not found there. Well done. Next up, in which type of cell would you find chlorophyll? Again, mentioned this already. Not animal cells. Remember, the whole point of chlorophyll is to photosynthesize. So not in animal cells, because we don't photosynthesize. Muscle cells are also a type of animal cell. Bacteria cell don't photosynthesize. It would be a plant cell. Well done. And another exam question here. Right, tell me, you guys tell me which is the correct answer. A, B, C, or D. Vote, comment, and tap the screen a few times. Let me know what you think the correct answer is. So look at that cell carefully. Look at where A is pointing to, B is pointing to, and C is pointing to. So C is pointing to the very outside of the cell. B is pointing to the dot-shaped thing. So not the oval shaped thing, the dot shaped thing. Most people are saying C, some people saying D. We've got an A in there. We've got, okay, we've got split opinions. Keep them coming, guys. Let me see. Don't be shy. Even if you think you're going to get it wrong, it's fine. The more people that respond, the better idea I get of whether a question is difficult or easy, so I know how long to spend on a question. So right now, this question, we're getting loads of different answers here. So let's see. So we got, I think most people are saying C and D. Vacuole for A. So everyone agrees that vacuole is for A. So yeah, it's definitely one of these two. A is a vacuole. Cell membrane or cell wall. So is this a cell membrane or a cell wall for C? The outer part, let's look at our notes. The very outer part, as you can see here, is a cell wall. The inner section is the cell membrane. And then mitochondria or ribosomes, this shape-wise, mitochondria, they have like an oval shape. So see here, they got an oval shape, whereas a ribosome is more of a circular shape. That's how you're going to see it on your exams. So yeah, the answer would be D. This was a 1 mark question. I think this came up 2 years ago. Mark scheme confirms it. Vacuole, ribosome, cell wall. So the last one. Well done. So yeah, little dots are ribosomes. Oval shapes are mitochondria. Yeah, 1 mark because it's just a ticking a box question. There's no explanation. That's why it's 1 mark. Well done, guys. Okay, next one. Which type of cell would have the most mitochondria? So try and think about what a mitochondria does. Remember what it does. It releases energy by respiration. Releases energy using respiration. So think out of these ones, which one will need the most amount of energy? So vote your answer and then tap on the screen a few times. We're getting a lot of B. Yep, muscles, they're the ones that move the most, isn't it? Phloem cells, they're not going to need to move. Xylem cells are not going to need to move. So nerve cells, they transmit electrical impulses, they don't need to move. So the answer is a muscle cell. Which type of cell is a prokaryote? Out of these ones, you should know. Let's just wait for a few more answers. Yep, C, well done, bacteria cells, prokaryotes. Animal cells, plant cells are eukaryotic cells. Nerve cell, that's a type of animal cell, isn't it? So that's also going to be eukaryotic. Next up, which structure is involved in protein synthesis? So this is one of the functions of these. Ribosome, vacuole, cell wall, lysozyme. So just vote quickly. Yep, good. Most people got A, so let's just check that. Ribosomes here, where proteins are made by protein synthesis. So yeah, I'm going to upload these notes and these questions onto YouTube, guys. So go onto YouTube. It's in my bio. Go onto my YouTube, subscribe, and I'll upload this whole video and these questions so you can practice. Eukaryotic cell, also animal? Yeah, it is. So physics note, this is my first live in a while for this year. This is my first live. So physics we'll do next week. Also, you guys can let me know what topics you want to cover. Whenever I post a video, just comment on it. Just let me know what topics you want to cover. So in my last video, I think loads of people asked for quantitative chemistry and moles. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So generally, I just want to find out what people are finding harder, and I'll try and make lives for those ones. So yes, this question, which cell type contains a large amount of chloroplasts? Not nerve cells. These are animal cells, not muscle cells. Phloem cell or general plant cell? It'll be a general plant cell. Phloem cells don't really need that many chloroplasts because they don't get that much sunlight. So the answer would be D. Which cell is responsible for carrying genetic information to an egg cell? An egg cell. So an egg cell, so that's for fertilization. So hopefully everyone knows this one. So yep, answer is going to be a sperm cell. Well done. And we've got an exam question here. 2 marks for each one. So out of these 4, I think this was last year's paper, 2022 paper. Which cell is a plant cell out of these 4? So everyone is saying, wait, we got a D, we got a C. Try and think. It is either C or D. It's one of them. It's not B. And you also need to give a reason for a mark. So let me know what you think. Comment your answer. So most people are saying D. D is correct. What is the reason? So for extra mark, you have to think of what does this have that none of the others have. It's probably this big white thing in the middle. What is that called? Yep, it contains a vacuole. That's why it contains a vacuole. So you need to pick something that none of the other things have. You can't say, we'll check the mark scheme. You can't say it has a cell wall because if you see here, cell C also has a cell wall. So you can't say that. You have to say it contains a vacuole. Or you can also say, see these little things here, they're probably chloroplasts. So you can probably mention that. Next one, which one's an animal cell? Out of all of these, which one's an animal cell? What do you guys think? For 2 marks. So we're doing this question now. A, B, C, or D. Just vote. You don't have and give an answer if you think you know the answer. But just vote. Even if you're wrong, it's fine. Just want to see what the general answers are. So most people have got it right. Yep, it's B, not A, not C. We've already clarified that this is a plant cell. Animal cell does not have a cell wall. Plant cells have cell walls. Bacteria cells have cell walls as well. See here? But animal cells do not have cell walls. So that would be the reason. Does not have a cell wall. Yes, tomorrow I'll be giving you difficult questions. We'll be looking at moles. So don't worry. Today is just me testing out live because I haven't done it in such a long time. I just want to make sure everything's working. The video is not too laggy or anything, right, guys? Is it okay? I just want to make sure the sound's okay. The video's like not lagging. So tomorrow at 5 p.m, guys, I'll be going through moles. I'll be going through notes, how to do mole calculations, how to calculate MR, things like that. So yeah, you can see here, guys, D was fine. You can say it has chloroplast, has a vacuole. You cannot say because it has a cell wall. Like I said, it says ignore that it has a cell wall. That's because C here has a cell wall. You can, for B, it does not have a cell wall. Allow, it has only a nucleus, membrane, and cytoplasm. Yeah, that's a weird answer. But if you were to mention all three of these, then you'd get a mark as well. So that's fine. Right, next up. So we got part 3 to this question. Which cell is a prokaryotic cell out of all of these? Give me your answers. Tap on the screen. So it's not B, it's not D, because that's an animal cell, and that's a plant cell. Animal cell, plant cell. So it's one of these two. Which ones is it? Yep, most of you guys are getting it right. It's C, because it doesn't have a nucleus. That is the main difference. If you ever want to find out whether something's a bacteria cell or not, look for the nucleus. Well done, guys. All right, so C, genetic material is not in the nucleus. It has a single loop of DNA. Yep, that's that thing in the middle here that it's talking about. Allow no nucleus. That's what we said. So we get marked for that. All right. Well done. So let's finish this off with just a few more multiple choice questions. Quick answers. Let's get through them. I think we've got about 10 more. Give me your answers and just tap on the screen. Let me know. So first one, function of the xylem is to, yep, transport water and minerals. Well done. Not transport sugars. Remember, transport sugars is for the phloem. Contract, that's muscles, and transmit impulses, that's nerve cells or neurons. Next, which subcellular structure is responsible for photosynthesis? Very quickly, guys. This is an easy one. C, yep. Mitochondria is for energy, nucleus contains the DNA, cell's activities, and the ribosome makes proteins. Which type of cell contains a network of protein filaments for movement? Okay, let me know this one. Protein filaments for movement. This is the main thing. Which one causes movement out of all of these? Yeah, A, perfect. Next up, the site of respiration in the cells is the... We mentioned this right at the start of the live. Yep, everyone's getting it. Answer is D. I'll pause if there's like a tricky one. I'm just going quickly through these because I've covered most of this stuff. Which structure can be found in bacteria, plant, and animal cells? So which one can be found in all three of these? Got about 6 questions left. We're nearly done. I'm getting mixed answers here. Everyone vote. Let's see what everyone thinks. We're getting C, we're getting B, we're getting A. We're not getting D. Yep, it's not D because that's found in plant cells. Which structure can be found in all three? It's not B. It's not chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are only found in plant cells. Cell wall or ribosomes. If you remember from a few minutes ago, I said that's not found in animal cells. So the answer is C. Good. What do nerve cells use to communicate with each other, with other cells? Oof. This is something we haven't gone through, not today anyway. So I posted a video on specialized cells, specialized animal cells. It's on that. I cover the muscle cells, nerve cells, and sperm cells, and it mentions this. So let's look at the diagram real quick. Nerve cells is these little connections here. These connect with other nerve cells. They're called dendrites. They're used to communicate with other cells. They transmit the electrical impulses between them. So the answer is A. The main function of the phloem is to, we've mentioned this again. Answer is, where's the chemical? Oh, synapse. Yeah, you're right. It is the synapse. That is where the electrical impulses are converted into chemical impulses. That's a different topic. That's under the nervous system. Yep. Phloem is to transport the sugars. Well done. Which type of cell has a thick cell wall for support? So it has to be a cell wall. It can't be any animal cell. It's not found in animal cells. Remember, we only have a cell membrane. So that's an animal cell. That's an animal cell, and that's an animal cell. So the answer is yep, right. Cell wall. That's the thing that's made up of cellulose. Which of the following cells is eukaryotic? Eukaryotic. Remember what that means. Eukaryotic means has a nucleus. Out of all of these, it has to be animal cells. Yes. Like I said, tomorrow's questions are not going to be this easy, and they're going to take longer to answer. They're going to be calculation questions, most of them. What is the function of the flagella in certain cells? Flagella, or the flagellum, is the tail. You find them in sperm cells. It's another word for the tail. Also, some bacteria cells have them. What is the answer for this one? Yep, a tail is for movement. Help it swim. Nearly done. Which type of cells can generate, conduct electrical impulses? Again, mentioned this, nerve cells. Good, good, good. Final question, which part of the cell controls the activities and contains genetic material? Easy peasy, I want everyone to answer this. Contains genetic material. So yeah, once you guys answer this, while you answer this, let me just quickly explain. So yeah, I'll be uploading this live onto my YouTube. That's on my bio. So after this, maybe check it out. There's not a lot of videos on it. I'm quite new. I'm quite new to TikTok. I only started this account 6 months ago, like during last summer, and it just randomly exploded. So I'm still learning and trying to build up all my videos. But yeah, check it out. I'll be putting this up, and I'll put these documents up. So all these questions, the notes as well, I'll upload them all. I'll do that as soon as possible, hopefully by next week. So next live is tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow is a big one. It's moles. Very difficult topic. Most people find it difficult, I know. So I might do it for 2 lives. So we'll see how we get on tomorrow. Let's see how much time we get, how fast we go through all the content. I'll go through moles. We're going to go through calculating RFM, calculating the percentage of an element in a compound, and calculating masses, which is like probably the trickiest part of it. So make sure tomorrow, bring a calculator, bring your periodic table as well. Just have it in front of you. It'll help loads. And like I said, guys, I just want this to be as interactive as possible. I want people to answer, comment, and I just want to help out as many people as possible. So yeah, join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. So can I do this every day? I can't, unfortunately. I don't have enough time. But I will try and do it as much as possible, especially during exam time. I know people are having mocks this month, like at the end of November-ish. So I'll try and do it as much as possible. I'll try and do at least once a week. I'll aim for 2, so Fridays and Saturdays. And it'll be this format. So we'll have these multiple choice questions just to get your memory flowing, help you remember things. And if there's anything you guys don't understand, then I'll write it in the notes and I'll upload everything. So yeah, final answer for this one. Which part of the cell controls the activities and contains the genetic material? Most of you guys got this right. The nucleus. Yes, well done, guys. So like I said, go and check out my YouTube, check out my videos. I'll upload this as soon as possible. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. And bring a calculator, bring a periodic table. It'll help. It's very handy if you have like a piece of paper to like work things out as well. That's how to get the most out of this. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Remember, if you want other topics in these lives, just comment on my videos. Drop a comment on my latest videos. I'll be posting a few over the next few days. Let me know what you want to cover in the live, and I'll see what everyone's saying. So like moles was one that loads of people posted in my last video, so that's why I'm going through it tomorrow. So yeah, let me know, guys. See you all tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Thank you, guys.